Hey guys, welcome back to yet another Miata video. As you see, we're in the vibes tonight. What are we doing today? Well, we are installing motor mounts. Now, I will say a couple things. First of all, why does it look like that already? Two, why are we getting motor mounts? What do they do? And what's the situation with the motor mounts here? So, motor mounts. Why is the car looking like this the way they is right now? It's because we just did massive maintenance. I mean, flywheel, clutch, rear main seal, slave cylinder, steel braided lines, brakes, all the goodies, and a short shifter coming up real soon that I'm really excited to feel. That's why it looks the way it is now. It's easiest to get in. I mean, we have no header. I have no power steering or AC on this car, so the driver's side should be super easy to get to, unlike some other cars. 1/8. And so it should be relatively pretty easy to get these mounts on. Two, why should you get motor mounts? Well, motor mounts are insanely helpful, and honestly one of the most, I think, underrated modifications for cars, kind of period. They help with throttle response. They increase horsepower in a way. It's not like you're adding horsepower, but you're gaining horsepower that you have to the driveline. Everyone knows about drivetrain loss. You know, your motor, especially in a rear-wheel drive, you have to go from the motor to the transmission to the driveline to the diff to the axles. There's a lot of moving parts that has to get to the ground, why you lose a lot of power. And if you have bad motor mounts, you're actually using quite a bit of power uselessly. Your motor is just sloshing around. It's not doing its job. So you actually may gain power with the motor not moving. Power goes directly through the drivetrain. Words aren't coming to me right now. So it helps a lot. It also, again, improves throttle response and just, it's healthier for the motor. It's not healthy for a motor just to lash around. They're not made to go back and forth. They're made to kind of stay in one place. And the stock motor mounts are very soft. So with motor mounts, there is a trade-off with more vibrations, right? Reason stock motor mounts are so soft is because the softer they are, the better experience it is inside. Less vibrations, less harshness. So the stiffer you go with a motor mount, the more positives you're gonna get with performance, but less comfort. And that's where the motor mounts today that we are installing into the Miata come in. We are getting AWR motor mounts and putting them in the Miata. This is super exciting for a couple reasons, because AWR is the first sponsor on the channel. Thank you so much, guys. Use the code PROJECTRAD to get 10% off anything in the store at AWR. It helps me out tremendously. Help local small YouTube creators, whether that be me or anyone around, whether that be Adam's Weekends. Anyone, it's helpful for us tremendously. Liking, subscribing, and using our discount codes when we have them is tremendous for us. And just so you do know, I still am using my own money. I reached out to AWR myself because I loved them so much for my Ford Fiesta ST. I used their mounts for that car. I used it as a daily. I autocrossed it and I took it to a track day. So they do great work. I feel their fab work is amazing and their adjustability is nice. They did not pay me. They did not give me the mounts for free. I used my own money and went out of my own way to contact them for a sponsorship. So you guys know that you're getting a good product. And that way I can give you an honest feedback if they are good mounts or not, because I was not paid. They did not tell me to give them a good review. They gave them out of the kindness of their heart. They're like, here's a discount for your fans. So this is what I'm doing. So today we're going to be putting them on the Miata. I'm really excited. We're doing a ton of work today. So that's what we're going to be doing. P.S. This video is not going to be an install tutorial. I'm not going to be telling you like how to do it. I may give you tips and things to look out for, and I may get bored and just be like, hey, here's how you kind of do something. But I've never done it before. I don't feel like I have the right to be like, this is exactly how you do it, because I've never done it. This guy over here, he has on his 1.8, the 95 Miata right here. But either way, I feel car passion. If you know Miatas, you know him. If you see me, you've seen him. He did a really good install video, so go watch that one. This one's more like two idiots installed motor mounts. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy. Let's get to installing these things. All right, guys, so first things first, again, not tutorial, but I don't know what else to do, so I'm going to show you what at least we're doing, okay? So, first things first. I don't know what, honestly, they're called in, like, real life. But we've called them cups. We called them cups because we're kind of dumb and they kind of look like cups. What the mount bolts to on the chassis right there kind of looks like a cup, you see? We're going to unbolt that first. We're going to take the wheels off for convenience. Not like you have to, but again, convenience. We already have the header off and everything, so might as well make it even easier for us. Once you get the cup ones off, there's going to be 3 bolts here on both mounts that go to the engine. Unbolt those guys. That is literally the only bolts that are on these mounts, like quite literally, and they just come out. So make sure you get a jack under the engine, or the bell housing would be better, and keep it supported so you know your engine doesn't fall out. All right, guys, here's the old mounts out. I mean, literally, guys, it took 15 minutes, like 15 minutes. They don't look horrible, like at all, but they flex so much. They're old, you know. These are 33 years old. And here are the new ones. Looking mighty fine. Mighty fine, if I say so myself. So first things first, we're going to get these in, and we're going to use these 3 bolts back here. Reuse the bolts that come from the stock mounts. That is one thing I'll give AWR. I wish you guys gave us a little more hardware, but it's just 3 bolts. It's not such a big deal. But, I mean, it looks so good. The welds are fantastic. And the adjustability. There's obviously more adjustability on the Fiesta ST. These are very straightforward mounts, but either, I mean, in any term, I mean, they're good. So let's get these in, get these 3 bolts onto the engine block, and go from there. All right, guys, so it is obviously the next day. It isn't so dark out, and we got the motor mounts in. I did say this yesterday, but I just want to say, I'm so thankful for you guys, AWR, and everyone watching. The install is not hard in the slightest. See, they can agree. Right, guys? Not a hard install. Right? Exactly. It's not a hard install, and it should make a massive, massive difference. So I know this was a short one, but I just really wanted to just tell you guys like why maybe you should get motor mounts, and that we're putting them in. I'll have more of a review later on. Just FYI, like I think AWR should supply all of the hardware needed, like the 3 bolts. So there's 6 bolts that you have to reuse, which isn't the worst. So yeah, like if you have problems with those 3 bolts, I think you have a bigger issue. Like your block might be stripped or something like that. But I mean, easy install, and I do want to give you guys like a heads up. The first time you start up your car with your new mounts, it is going to be like the most vibration it'll ever be. The first 500 miles are the most harsh. Even like the first 50 miles especially is the worst. Like it'll soften out as you go and it settles in. After 500 miles, it'll be like what it's supposed to be at. So if you don't like it, after 500 miles, then you're not going to like it. But don't think immediately when you turn it on that it's that bad. And like you're like, oh, my life's ruined. It is the worst when you first start it up. Crimson over there, when we first started them up, a lot of vibration. And literally like a few minutes later, after going down the street, coming back, it was literally better. Like, I think they've only put maybe 200 miles on it, maybe, since. And it's so much better. Like, so much better. And they still got like another 300 before they're fully broken in, right? So just be cautious. Pick the softness that you think and know your limits, right? Like if you want a full race car, but it's never realistically you're not going to get there, or it's years away, just go with the 70, like what we did. And I want this thing to be a little beast at some point. The beauty is, if you want to go harder, you could take those bushings out and put their harder ones in. You could do that. It's more annoying if you go too hard and then it's just hell on earth, like for a while. So just be realistic with yourself and get what you think would be best. If you're looking for just kind of a replacement, get the 62s. I bet you they're gonna feel great. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Use project code PROJECTRAD at checkout on AWR if you're looking for motor mounts, brackets, adjustable end links, sway bars. Maybe I'll be getting the AWR sway bars for the Miata here. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay rad, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.